started recording. And hello and welcome. My name is Matt. My volunteer demonstrator is Wayne, and today we're going to be presenting a little bit about mixed reality. So mixed or augmented reality is having the ability to see and interact with virtual components in the physical world as well as in the virtual world. So Wayne, if you can look down, you can see that Wayne right now is in the virtual world. And if he can press the little pass-through toggle there, now he is in pass-through, which is now the real world. For this demonstration, we're going to keep it in the virtual world just for now, but just showing the capability that we're able to do it. So with mixed reality, we're going to be using this kind of technology to help push forward more trainings, because this is in mixed reality, the possibilities and the way to train people are endless. You can now allow people to train with very minimal equipment and allowing them just an application to train anybody with anything. For IG Labs, our focus as of right now is doing a SOC scenario. So in this first room, this is going to be our starting room. And the purpose of this room is to allow the player or the student to pick out some personal preferences for some tools they'll be able to use, as well as just get them used to the mixed reality environment. For this, we're only using the headset. We're not using any other controllers. Wayne's hands will be his controllers. As you can see, his hands are there. There is no controller in his hand. And we're going to start off by having Wayne go through the welcome screen. So please press continue. All right, so the players will be given the option between two as of now. One is the forearm, one is the wrist rotation. So what this does is if he presses the forearm and he presses the right forearm or the left, doesn't matter. And then if he's able to look down at his right forearm, he'll have this own window spawn that you can see that has a screen organizer, help, and add new URL and settings attached to it. With this being said, he can choose the right forearm or the left. And then if he was to look at his left forearm, you would see it there. And if he looked back on his right forearm, it would not be there. Or he can press the back button and go to the wrist rotation and do the same thing there, but this time you get a little watch. So like right there, and then you would rotate your wrist until it turned green. So reflex, yep, just like that. And then he would look up top and he would spawn that. So for you can close out of that window by pressing the X, the top right. Thank you. And for this presentation, you can also do it with the right. And you can see that it's already green, which you will have to exit out. The trick is to use your left hand because the right one's a lot more sensitive. And then press the back button. And then Wayne look up and close out of the thing one more time. For this demo, we're going to use the forearm and we're going to go to the right forearm. Press continue, awesome, and then continue one more time. Now the player will have this tutorial that they can go through, but for the purpose of this demo, I will be your tutorial. So Wayne, you can press that skip button and we'll go through the buttons as you're supposed to. So Wayne, please look at your forearm. Oh, you jumped ahead and pressed continue. So now we're in the second scene. So we'll have to do everything in this scene as well. All right, so Wayne, please look at your right forearm and press the screen organizer button. Now, when he presses that button, you get this thing called screen organizer right there. What this does is all those canvases that you see in the scene, Wayne, please look down and look at the screens. All those screens are going to be organized or kept by the screen organizer. So you'll be able to see everything in your scene through the screen organizer by pressing down on the drop-down menu. So Wayne, please press the NVIDIA GPU. And what this does is allow him to select any screen and see everything here. The purpose of this is later on with our development, we're going to be allowing you to spawn different kind of VMs and allowing you to control everything. Now, if we're able to do this, you can press the, what's it called? You can press the button to spawn it right in front of you, which is what he just did with Cyberspan. And with that, we're going to, Wayne, can you go look at your forearm one more time? Okay, can you take a step forward through the Cyberspan, please? Grab the screen organizer, turn around slightly, look up. We're going to take another step. You're going to be grabbing the screen organizer thing that's to your left, not right there. That one, yep. And you remove that out of the way and keep Cyberspan. So with that, you have the recenter and the locate one. So we're going to exit out of the screen organizer. The next button that you can press is the help. What this is going to do is going to activate a predestined, there we go, termination code, where you'll be able to ask any questions that you have with our IG Lab's own termination code to allow us to the students to get an idea of a large language model, as well as to help answer any questions that they might have regarding what a SOC analyst would have to do. This should be able to help, and we're trying to implement this into our project so we have more reasons for people to be joining the IG Lab family. So after he logs in, also with the mixed reality project, we are right now developing a Kali virtual machine and an Ubuntu virtual machine that will be a full-blown desktop that they'll be able to make changes on, and that's going to be the main component of this project. And that's going to be how the students will be able to interact with the world around them, be able to solve problems, and we're working on that development. But as of now, we're trying to show that you have the ability to access any special IP address web service that you have, or any website if your system is on, if the MetaQuest system is on the same thing as the same internet as your URLs. So right here, you can see that Wayne's being able to change anything and then be able to ask it a question. What is sitter? Then he's able to get that answer. Now moving on, you can grab that, move it anywhere. We're gonna close out of that if you don't mind. And then the next button Wayne's gonna press on his forearm is gonna be new URL. Okay. That new URL. Oh, it's probably behind the Cyberspan. You can't exit out of that one. Try to press it one more time right there. There we go. So grab that guy and move it in a different spot. And then Wayne, feel free to add any URL that you want. Yep, so as you can see, you can type anything into the virtual keyboard.
But for those that are wondering why I'm typing this way, it's because I made it all the way through programming and everything else and never wanted to choose the type.
Perfect. So now, when you can get closer to that, you're going to need to get closer and then have your hand up, and then you can be able to grab around it. There you go. So one thing that we can also do is we can change the size of anything we want. So Wayne's able to shrink it, move it around, but you can now see that he can move that anywhere in the world and control how much you see. Anything like this. Now this is going to be a CTF that if anyone wants to come to the next IG lab night, we'll be going through MACE and its CTF. Awesome. So as of now, this is as far as we got into our mixed reality project. We are still working some bugs, as you can see that we have this evil cyberspan that can't get deleted, which will be an easy fix, and we're working on setting up the VMs, but this is, as of now, what our capabilities are with mixed reality, and we'll be able to use these bare bones in any other project moving forward that we want to do in the mixed reality, alternate reality environment. I believe that the SOC scenario is only a stepping stone. Our capabilities of teaching anyone anything with this is unparalleled to any classroom you have. But you can see that we have all these news channels that you would see in a SOC, as well as anything else that we can do. But thank you for your time, and this is Mixed Reality. Thanks.